not so secret session.
Nice. Oh yeah. Actually, I've seen one of those. So today, AntiSurf.
Yes.
So you guys are gonna be leading the episode in with the song.
Yes.
What's the song name?
Outside Your Window.
Gotcha.
It's a new song that's going to be going on our new project that is going to be coming out sometime within the next year.
All right. So let's hear it.
Never thought that I'd find you. I never thought that I'd come to like you. But I don't think now very often. 'Cause when I thought it was about a coffin, I'm outside your window. I'm outside your window. Smoking my endo. Will you let me in though? Never see what you find in all those secrets that you confide in. Empty bottles, that pill prescription, all to feel like a different person. I'm outside your window. I'm outside your window. Smoking my endo. Will you let me in though? I'm outside your window. I'm outside your window. Smoking my endo. Will you let me in though?
So what was that song called again?
Outside Your Window.
Outside Your Window. What's it about?
Honestly, I think when I wrote that song, I don't even know. I wrote it like 2-3 years ago. I was really just I was going through a point in like my writing where I had realized that I wanted to make a band. So I was like going from that mind state of because I used to rap.
Okay.
Obviously. So
what years did you rap from?
From when I was in about 7th grade all the way up into like 2021 is when I realized I didn't want to do it anymore.
Okay. At least you come from like a music background. Then.
Yeah, no, definitely, because I grew up like listening to like alt rock, you know, like what people call like TRL bands, which is like Sum 41, Blink-182, all that. And then I found that I started rapping more so to fit in and whatnot. And when I got into rap music, it was kind of like the YouTube generation. Yeah. Yes, it was like Tyler the Creator, Mac Miller. They had all like blown up off of YouTube.
For sure.
So I started doing that, and then rap music changed over the years, as it always does, as any genre does. And then I finally like realized this isn't what I wanted anymore, you know. So it was always more about like the songwriting to me. So Outside Your Window was really me just like trying to kind of find a niche between like everything that like I write about, because I really like
focused on lyrical content more than anything, and that's
sure.
why I got into rap music.
No, that's so true, because like lyrics, you know, when you take apart the beat and you actually evaluate the lyrics, it goes much more than you know what you hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for like me being a songwriter, like I never come up, I shouldn't say never, but most of the time I don't come up with instrumentals first. You know, it's the writings that lead me to, okay, what chords work with this and what chord progressions go with this.
That's kind of how I do it too, because I don't read or write music, nor do I play. So I'll come up with like the content, like the lyrics and stuff. Then I'll go hit up, you know, the rest of my bandmates and say, hey, you know, what melody should go for this and this and that.
Yeah. You know, definitely. And, you know, just using like small things like the circle of fifths, it makes it really easy for me as a songwriter, you know, once you understand those things and you're able to like write down, you know, like an okay verse and chorus, and then you just build the foundation.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, you're switching out words and all that stuff.
Of it,
yeah.
So let's introduce yourself. So
I'm Hunter Robinson.
Okay.
I play rhythm guitar and lead vocals.
Repeat your name again.
Hunter Robinson.
And lead guitar and was it?
Rhythm guitar and vocals.
I'm Aaryn Bess. I am the bassist.
Okay.
Nick Serpa. I'm the lead guitarist for the band.
Nice.
And my name is Joey Hendricks, and I play the drums for the band.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when did AntiSurf become a band? When did it get
So
established?
this band, the newest member would probably be Nick, and he joined very recently. AntiSurf started with me and Joey when a previous band before that called No Face Shots broke up. And basically there were a couple problems with that band. The bassist didn't really work out. And
I think it's like musical conflicts.
Yeah, a lot of
like
musical
Cameron was
conflicts.
on a different
Me
page.
and like the other guitarists were often like arguing
creative
about
differences.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
Creative differences.
that's the way to put it. So I like went to Joey after all of that had happened. I was like, well, I still want to do this. There's still songs to be made.
Yeah.
Like, and so at that point, I think we had a bassist who was off and on. We had a couple off and on bassists.
Kind of like on call then.
Not so much on call. Like we had one that was committed, and then he kind of, I don't even know what happened. He just was weird.
Stop showing up to practice.
We had an offering from a friend of ours who was like, they had a bar at the Wharf in San Francisco, and they were like, yo, you guys can come through and play like once a week if you want to. And at that point we only had like 6 songs, so I had contacted everybody. I was like, yo, we should do this, and you know, we should also maybe like do some cover songs. And he thought, by the fact that I said I wanted to do like 1 or 2 cover songs, we were gonna be a cover band. And then he went on Instagram and totally like started blasting us and
talking trash.
talking a bunch of trash.
I don't know what it was about cover music, but it just set him off.
And it was weird because I told him like he made it clear he didn't want to be in the band at that point, and I was like, all right, dude, that's fine. Like it's all love over here.
It's always good to throw in some, a couple cover songs, because you gotta know your audience.
Exactly.
Yeah, it gets people listening, it catches the ear.
Yeah, especially in a place like the Wharf.
Yeah.
Where there's so many tourists.
Exactly. And it's always good to open with a cover song too, because then you grab that audience.
They're like, oh, I know this song. They sound good. They do good at
with
this.
With the cover song that they know, and then you slowly introduce your own music. And
right. Like at that point, you got their attention.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gives you an idea of like the skill set of the band when you do a cover song.
That's for
songs
sure.
they know. It's like, all right, they did this song that I know really well, good. So
exactly. Now you're going to take the time to listen to their own music.
Yeah.
Definitely. So then once I don't think we came to the conclusion that we wanted to take the next step, even though we weren't really we didn't really have a foundation as a band, but we were like, all right, we're going to take a step and we're going to go record Panda Studios and drop a whole bunch of money and whatnot. And then that's where our bassist at the time showed his true colors as a flake.
Yeah.
And then we picked up the wonderful Aaryn Bess.
Nice. So what year did you guys start AntiSurf?
AntiSurf started either early 2018 or late 2017.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you came up with the name during the recording process of the first album, right?
No.
It was already.
Yeah, the name.
Okay.
The name's funny. So the name was actually supposed to be, like I said, the first band name was No Face Shots.
The album, yeah.
Yeah.
And AntiSurf was going to be the album. It was a
Okay.
concept album that I had written. That looking back on it, it's a good thing it didn't happen. But
Good thing we made it
so
into a band.
yeah, so then it came to the point where I was like, all right, let's not do No Face Shots and let's just call it AntiSurf. And
So how did you come up with AntiSurf?
so as No Face Shots, we were working with another band. I'm not gonna name any names, but we had some financial disagreements.
Okay.
And they were kind of like a surf rock band. And so at the time when I came up with the idea, I was talking to my friend in the car, and I was like, you know what, we should just make an album called AntiSurf, because I really don't like these dudes.
So to get it to get clarification, is it anti or anti?
It's up to perception. It's however you
Okay.
want to say it.
It's
one
still up
I'm
to debate for us, really.
yeah.
We all call it different things.
Yeah,
We call it
do
anti,
you-
other
yeah.
people call it anti.
Yeah, it's a tomato.
Yeah,
It's one of
yeah.
those things. But honestly, like for me, it's not a huge thing to know exactly what it is, because like it's all about the music at the end of the day.
No, that's for
you know.
sure.
And if you want to call us AntiSurf and you still like our music, or the next guy wants to call us AntiSurf and he still likes the music, you still like the music.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did my job.
Just semantics.
So it's whatever the
Sure.
band, whatever you want to take away from the band, you can take away from that.
So you're going basically on like a year and a half, going in 2 years then?
Yeah.
Well, that's like with me and him.
Yeah, with me
Yeah,
and him.
no, for sure.
So yeah, the band itself, coming up on this new project, it's gonna be, I feel like, a real evolution of the band. Like
Is it-
you're gonna see a major
Is
difference.
it an album?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is it a
we're-
full length or is it an EP?
It's about right now.
full
It's looking at like 12, 13 songs.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And some of those songs are even like old songs from No Face Shots. We're still like getting through those. I think
Yeah, those songs never die.
Yeah.
Your band may die.
just because
but,
the
The
band
music's
isn't
still-
there, like doesn't
Nah.
mean the music ever got dropped.
No, that's for sure. 'Cause
Nobody
the
knows
material
it.
is always there.
Yeah.
I know there's big bands that, like for example Metallica, some of their songs they put out they written like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that material never really gets lost.
And those are a lot of like the really good ideas, I feel like, because even looking back on, like, I'll go into my notes in my phone, and like old raps that I wrote, and you're like, oh, this is kind of good, like,
Yeah.
and you could take stuff away from that. You may not use the whole thing, but you might use one line, or like, or build on half a verse that you
Yeah.
wrote
Yeah, because
3
there's still
years
something
ago.
there.
Yeah.
Or
And there's
take-
a reason you
It's
remember.
just a different way to present it.
Or take that concept and rewrite it completely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely. So like the vision never dies.
No, that's
I would
very
say.
true. So you're the newest member, right?
Yes, I am the newest member. I
So-
joined about when, like 3-4 months ago, I think?
Something like that.
Something
yeah.
like that.
That's not bad. And then before you was you, right?
Yeah. So I've been around AntiSurf for about coming up on a year,
Yeah,
Okay.
1 year.
but I do hold the title for longest basis.
Nice.
So I'm
Hey.
going with that.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
very, yeah, it's very good.
Because yeah, like when did we do the recording at Sam's?
I'd say around like September.
so it's been like a year.
28.
Because he
Yeah.
joined
Yeah.
up like in the middle of the recording process at Sam Pearl's.
Yeah.
For the
So-
flaky bass player.
So
Yeah, that's what
where
we
are you
busted.
guys all from? So start off with you.
I like to say I'm from the Bay Area because I moved a lot.
Okay.
So, but I always stayed around like the Bay Area, whether it was like I lived in Walnut Creek and then I lived in Dublin, then I lived in Pleasanton.
So your general area is the Bay.
Yeah.
And then you?
Me, I was born in Hayward, but I was raised in Modesto.
Okay.
So I was living in Modesto.
So
up
like
until
the Stanislaus area?
yeah. So I was living around there. Stanislaus County. And so in 7th grade, I decided I kind of wanted to move over to my dad's house.
Nice.
So I did that, and then I started going to school in Sunol. No one really knows where that is.
Nah, I've heard
But,
of it,
you know. So I went to school there, and then continued to go to Foothill High
Okay.
School in Pleasanton.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't even know you went to Foothill.
Oh, yeah.
That's wrong with that.
Hey, you're learning new things.
Yeah,
Hey.
Shoot.
That's fun.
And then where are you from?
So I'm from the Bay Area. I was born and raised in Fremont,
Okay.
California, and yeah, basically
Nice.
still stay at the same house that I've lived in forever?
My father lives in, not my father works in Fremont.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He works at WD.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And next to Fry's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
right
he
there.
commutes every day. Yeah, it's not bad of a drive. You know, my whole family, half of my family lives in San Jose, so it's like love the Bay, you know.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's cool about Fremont is like you're smack dab in the middle of every city around it. Like
No, that's
especially working in Silicon Valley and stuff. Like,
and it's a nice little city, you know.
yeah, it's slowly becoming more populated. It's getting like people are just trying to cram as many people into that city as possible.
Yeah.
Like you see new apartment complexes being built every single day. So
No, that's true.
Yeah, like the whole Bay is.
All around, all around the Bay, it's happening.
Yeah, really. But Fremont's even it's hitting Fremont too. It's like just more populated since I've been there.
Where are you from?
So I was born in Rochester, New York.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
See, now you-
It's
like an engineer.
We always talk about like being from upstate.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
family in the East Coast. But so born in Rochester, moved to Pleasanton when I was like 2.
So why from New York to Pleasanton? That's crazy.
so,
Why
okay.
Pleasanton though?
Yeah, so basically my dad was from Livermore, born and
Okay.
raised there. He moved to Rochester for work, and that's where he met my mom.
Okay.
And then mom came back. They both came back because my dad was sick of living in New York.
Yeah.
Hated shoveling snow, all that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they moved back to California. And I think they picked Pleasanton for like the school district. Like they like the schools there.
Nice.
Or whatever. But yeah, so grew up in Pleasanton, went to high school in Pleasanton, went to Foothill. And then now I currently live in Livermore.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy from like, cause New York's all the way on the end of the states, so it's
Right.
like from Cali to New York.
Yeah.
That's like
right
that's
across.
Yeah.
weird, you know.
Yeah.
Coast to coast.
Yep, straight
Your
up
dad
goes
was
to
like,
coast.
fuck this, I'm going back to sunny California.
That's what my dad said. He's like, I can't deal with this
So how do you
sun
like
or
how
this
do,
snow anymore.
how do you like Cali?
Oh, I love California. I
Do you
mean,
like
like I barely remember. I mean, I really don't even remember living in New York. I visit out there, and definitely prefer California. The
For
weather
sure.
is terrible in New York.
No, I love the snow though.
You like
I
it?
really like the snow.
See, I
See,
like
I prefer
seasons.
the heat. I'm about.
I like seasons in
yeah,
California. We don't get seasons.
No.
at
Yeah,
all.
that's true.
No.
I don't think we ever got seasons really.
That's
but-
why I like Nevada. Like, okay, not the hot part of Nevada. So like not like Reno,
Mhm.
but more like I love Tahoe.
Yeah.
And then Oregon, because Oregon is just like right up California. You
Yeah.
know?
See, I've never been to Oregon. I've always
I know,
wanted to go.
I've always wanted to go.
I haven't been
I
to
haven't
Tahoe
seen that
either.
time. You've never been to Tahoe?
No, I've never been to Tahoe.
I haven't
Wow.
either. I've actually never been to Tahoe.
See, recently I've been meeting so many bands. Like, some of them are like in like Oregon, doing tours up in Oregon, coming to Cali.
Mhm.
So like, since Oregon's like I said, is like right up California. Like that's the goal. Hopefully, going into 2020,
Mm-hmm.
is to start playing more in Oregon.
Nice.
It's possible. It's a lot of networking.
Oh, a lot of networking, especially in places like that.
Yeah, because
You
it's
know.
foreign. you
Yeah,
know?
Right.
foreign and. I mean,
But-
there's a good scene out there.
No,
Yeah,
I was
no,
just
it's
gonna say,
definitely
I feel like
a
Seattle's
good
got
scene.
actually biggest, like one of the biggest, like
You know,
punk rock
if
scenes.
Yeah.
Oregon bands can come out on tour to California, California bands can go up to Oregon.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
We were
It's
talking
true.
about, weren't you
Straight
coming, like, I think we were talking one time, just shooting, and he was talking about starting a tour up north and then coming back down to the Bay.
Yeah, we wanted
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
We wanted to do like Washington, and then come
Okay.
back down and do like. We'll do like Washington, Oregon, and then go down through California.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I had a similar tour idea, but I wanted to, because we've never been on tour, so we don't know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the idea of doing a local backyard tour, because like instead of trying to get into venues, sometimes they're power hungry.
Oh,
They
yeah,
want that
exactly.
money,
Yeah.
And so if you're like an upcoming band, or even for us, we've been around for 2 years, it's never been on tour, it's kind of hard to do that. So a backyard tour would be a great start to see how it is to be on the road.
Yeah.
And I had the idea of hitting, starting in Stockton, because that's where we're from,
Right.
and going Tracy, Modesto, San Jose, then coming back down to Sac.
Yeah.
So, because I know Tracy and Modesto has a good music scene. and It's still in
Yeah.
the valley.
Yeah.
And then branching out to San Jose, where the Bay is, and then coming back all the way to Sac, because Sac has a good music scene too.
Yeah.
5 days, 5 cities, and not coming home. Because why be on tour? Why go on the road to come home every
Yeah.
It's not a tour
I
if you're
think it's
coming
not.
home every
Yeah.
time.
And then
that's smart though, because it's like you're still developing your following, but
Yeah.
you get the feel of being on tour, and as you're doing it, you're developing your following just by playing those backyard shows.
you know,
stuff
and
like
that's
that. Like,
true. And then finding somebody in each city that has a backyard or a house that could lend it,
Yeah.
and then having their city bands, their homeboys play. So it gives them an incentive to not only say, hey, we're gonna lend you our backyard and house, but hey, can my homies hop on this?
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
So shooting for 2020.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm doing
sounds-
so many things at once. It's
Yeah.
like 2020 would be a good year to get that emotion.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
it, man. We've been going through like that same kind of thing, just prioritizing things we need to do, budgeting out like what this next year is gonna take out of us, because
Yeah, we were just having that conversation like a couple days ago. Like,
Yeah.
just in terms of priorities of what we want to spend our money on first as a band. You know?
No, that's
Because,
true.
yeah.
And I always say it's always good to like to spend your, like, when it comes to money, if it's like your personal money, put it together and get merch. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Because then you can use that to make more merch. You know.
Right.
well, the way I've been thinking about it recently, it's kind of funny. The way I look at it is like, this is a club. And if like you want to be a part of this club, you better pay your membership
exactly.
fees.
No,
So
for
we
real, like,
can-
that's what it is.
That's so true, because what also comes into that is studio time too. You know.
Exactly.
You can either do the more affordable route where it's like you put in time yourself and you record your EP or your songs by yourself with your equipment, which unless you have really expensive, like, you know, good studio you know, software and stuff.
Or just knowledge of what you're doing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that
and
too.
and the time, you know, because it's really hard to because just coming from like I said, the rapping background, I mix and mastered most of my stuff, but I also spent a lot of time in cheap studio space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, the big thing for us when we went to go record this first EP. Is like we were like, all right, I was like, let's spend money.
Did you do it yourself or did you do it at actual studio?
No, we went to the actual studio and we paid about $5,000 for the first project. And looking back on it, like, the project could have been better, but I think as a band, what we experienced and everything that we went through, it was really like a growing experience. And it was the first time I had left a studio with projects that I wasn't iffy about.
Okay.
Okay.
Like,
So,
and
you know, you got that concrete thing.
yeah, and it was it's kind of like an obvious moment when you realize, like, wow, I've been spending all of my money at cheap studio time getting bad songs back. And the one time I went to a nice studio and spent a lot of money, I actually got good songs. Like, you know, I got my money's worth.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, taking those steps, I feel like, is what really, like, helped us start moving forward.
You
Yeah.
know,
And if we didn't do that, I don't think we would, be like where we are musically, or even be a band.
No, that's
Yeah.
so true, because when trying to get shows and gigs, you know, when you try to get that and you're talking to these like booking agencies and stuff, that's one of the first questions they ask you is, hey, you have a good following? And second is like, do you have music, you know? And it gets to a point to where if you're in an upcoming band, you can't always say, hey, you know, check out our YouTube channel, check out our videos to hear our music. You actually need that audio to concrete, you know.
Yeah.
And
Because they need a framework, you know.
Yeah.
To base off like what you're gonna do and what all
And
right,
what you
give
sound
me an
like.
idea. Yeah, what you
Yeah.
sound like, and give me an idea of like, all right, this is the band I'm working with. This is what the ideas they want to record in
Yeah.
these sessions, you know. So.
That's so true. I wanted to take the time to say, you know, this welcome to the listeners that just coming in to the Voice of San Joaquin. If you guys haven't heard, we are the Voice of San Joaquin. So like we branch out to like Tracy and Lodi and stuff. So we are looking for any volunteers that, you know, would, you know, come into the station to work on anything. Or if you have any like show ideas, like before I had this show, I was a volunteer myself, so I was, you know, help, you know, with the sound, or I shadowed people who had other shows until I felt like I was ready to show them my proposal for a show. And if you guys know anybody that wants or love to, you know, in this like environment that would like to volunteer,
Yeah.
you know, hit them up.
Yeah.
For the listeners out there that want
Definitely,
to
man.
volunteer for the Voice of San Joaquin, just come down to the station or hit in the comments,
Yeah.
because we are looking for more volunteers. We're short
Yeah.
staffed sometimes.
Okay.
That's how you get your foot in the door. You gotta
Yeah.
volunteer, right? Yeah.
And this is a good platform to network. Use this as like a step stool to where you want. You know?
Yeah,
Right.
because like even how you said you've been talking to multiple bands
Yeah.
recently. You know,
Yeah.
you're getting all these different bands insights in the area that
No,
you're
so-
from.
yeah.
You know, and that's really like how you do it. Is like you become known around like the people who are doing what you're doing, and you
Yeah.
like gain their respect because they're the ones who are gonna help you.
No, and that is so
Yeah.
true. And it's so cool that it's not just the Voice of Stockton anymore. It's the Voice of San Joaquin.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
when did that officially happen? When you
It
branched out?
was probably going into this year
Okay.
is when not only did the brand and the logo and the name of change, we started to branch out more into the valley, you know.
Okay, yeah.
And so that was a big step up for the Voice of San Joaquin, because it's not just Stockton, you know.
Yeah.
And this like a lot of people don't, for the ones who don't know this, the station plays local music, and so like when you hear like Kwin or like another Stockton based station, even though they are bigger than us, they don't really play local musicians, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot in Stockton. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's
Definitely.
hip hop artists. There's R&B. There's rock. There's country. It's like the music in this city is so versatile
Yeah.
that there are so many artists, and so that's why the Voice of San Joaquin is such a great platform to get your music played for the ones that haven't really had airtime or
Yeah.
yet discovered. And that's what I had the idea going into the Artist Hour, is I named it the Artist Hour for the fact that I want all artists, whether you're a musician, whether you're a band, whether you play rock or you rap or you're R&B, or you dabble into art and digital art.
Yeah. Keyword
Painting
artist.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why I invite, these artists onto the show for like an hour episode, and it's great for the ones that aren't discovered. It's great for the ones that are discovered that need more networking. It's great for all of that, because not only does it help me out, it helps you guys out too.
Yeah.
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 So I
Gets the
use this
name out
as a
there.
good platform
win-win.
to network,
Exactly.
all in general, you know? So it's definitely a cool thing. And I'm glad you guys are here, because like before this, have you heard of the Voice of San Joaquin?
Before this, no.
No. Yeah. It's great to be here though.
Yeah,
super.
thank you for having us.
Thank you for having
Spot,
us.
you know?
Yeah.
And I wanted to shout out to your manager. That's in the corner. So
Theresa.
when did you start doing this?
Oh,
When did she come
When
in?
did you self-proclaim yourself?
Yeah.
probably the same time that Aaryn joined in.
Okay.
Excited.
Yeah, I think so. I think she
Full band.
Yeah.
she earned it when she like, because she was there, I'd say like every single one of those studio days, and we had
Okay.
about 17 8-hour days in that studio.
It's commitment.
Yeah, or when you're sitting there doing
Yeah.
nothing, you know.
How big of an impact has she done?
We
for-
wouldn't
for
have
AntiSurf?
any place. We probably wouldn't be on the show if it wasn't for her, to
Okay.
be honest.
Yeah,
'Cause she
like,
was
so
the one
many
that
of
got
the
us
gigs and
into,
like-
like we said, like
Got
we're from
on
the
the
Bay,
network.
Yeah.
but we really like started like our footsteps like out here
in the Stockton.
in the
scene?
Stockton scene, and
I keep telling people like Stockton's like a little cousin to Oakland.
Yeah,
You know,
it definitely.
it is.
That's what I'm just like just coming into this band recently, and just I've never played. This is my first band I've ever been in. I've
Okay.
never played live ever. Like, so just coming in from no experience background, like I get a feel of playing live first off, but then I also kind of just understood the huge just a variety of
like a
music.
community,
Yeah, exactly.
a community of music.
But then it's also just the scene of music in certain cities. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I never really thought about that before until I was in the band, in it, like, you know, meeting all these band members, meeting all these artists, like,
And definitely-
playing with the same, like, bands on set lists and everything.
Like definitely like coming from like suburban areas too. Where,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You know, it's
The house shows get shut down.
Yeah, yeah.
and,
No, that's so
like,
true,
You
yeah.
know, and like, especially like from like a place like Dublin and Pleasanton, like a lot of the people out there, I love them. It's just like they're all into like rap music, and it's a very like different vibe. You know, just like it's a different aura of people and coming out here, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air as far as like
band scene.
Yeah, you know, and it was like, because I had the hardest time, even with rap music, because when I was rapping, like I was young and I was talking about a lot of different things, and looking back on it, a lot of people like to tell me like, you had great music, but it just, you were promoting it to the wrong people.
No, that's,
and I never had thought about that.
Yeah,
you know, and coming out here, I realized it was a lot more like people I relate with, or people that can relate with me, and a lot better feedback in general. You know, people who are willing to support other people.
That's true, and out here in Stockton, that's how it is. Every musician, doesn't matter what you play, what genre you're in, everybody has love for one another.
Yeah,
exactly. That's one thing I've learned too, is just talking to all these different band members. It's all just support. Like,
and that's what's cool about the Voice of Sound Keen is, you seen the board meeting out there. There's a lot of, everybody has love for one another, and it's like we all help each other grow. You know.
Yeah, it's always like, you know, you see like a really cool show, like the last show that we played. Was that one Stoop Kids show, and I had never got to see Alaska play. Yeah. You know, and being out here, I've heard Alaska 100 times, seen them on 100 different bills.
Alaska is such a great band.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And, you know, you go up to them and you're like, that was a great set, man. It's like, well, let's do a show together. Like, you know.
I love when they open with Killing the Name Up by Rage Against the Machine.
All they do is
their cover is so great, man. Like, they get into it. Songs, yeah, the last time I saw them was at when they played Cryfest at Vox Pop. That was like the week before they closed down.
Yeah, we never got to play Vox Pop.
And so we played in January for One Finding Nemo event, and Vox Pop's a pretty cool venue, but like that was my first time seeing Alaska too. But I've known Seth because he plays in Static Symphony. Yeah. So I've seen them multiple times. I just never got to see Alaska.
Yeah, and I had met Seth multiple times before that, you know, just seeing him at shows, because he's always at shows, you know. Yeah,
and now he's in
Cough It Up, right?
Yes, I just saw them last weekend.
Yeah.
Too. At Corey's house show.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that.
They promoted that, like, the heck out of that.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I saw that.
Like, whoever was behind that promotion, I give him props.
Yeah,
because I see it every day. On so many different social medias, I'm like, that's how it's done, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was heck of people there.
There was.
There were so many people. Like, they did it good, and they did it big.
Yeah, that's the value of that
bigger
promotion.
Yeah,
that's how you got the people.
Yeah, and it's outside. It was a house show, but it was also outside, so it was, the space itself was perfect too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what's your EP name?
The upcoming the first EP is The Time of Your Life.
Okay, so how many songs are off that EP?
6.
What are the names?
That would go, the first song, hate to say it, An Attempt, Hibernate, Dude, High Tide, and Strictly Business.
Okay, so 6 songs. That EP, since you guys did it big on that EP, what platforms is it out?
It's out on all major platforms.
Everywhere.
So we're talking
Spotify, Apple Music,
YouTube,
Google Play.
I think it's even on Rhapsody.
No. Did you put it on Bandcamp? Do you have a Bandcamp account?
No, we don't have a Bandcamp account.
It's always, I don't know. I like to mention that for the upcoming bands that don't know what they're doing yet.
Yeah.
Seems like you guys got to figure it out.
We're getting there. Yeah. We're getting there. I'd say since we came back from recording those demos in Joshua Tree, I think we're all kind of getting what we want to do now.
Yeah. And it's funny because like my name is Joshua, so shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Joshua Tree.
Dude,
shout
out
to Joshua Tree. Shout out to the
I
don't know. There was an eclipse the first night we got there.
No.
I think we saw a UFO too.
Let's show a UFO out there.
So your upcoming album, what's the title?
Not quite sure yet.
Untitled for now.
No title for now. Part of me wants to name it No Face Shots.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a great title,
but there's an obvious theme, I feel like, in this next project. Because personally, I've just been going through. I've never experienced a lot of death in my life.
Okay.
But within the past year, I would say it's definitely been more apparent parent.
It definitely changes you.
Yeah,
It changes your mindset,
yeah.
and the way you look at life.
Exactly. And so that's like really, I feel like the idea that's kind of being contemplated in the next project.
How many songs are off that album, did you say?
12 to 13.
12 to 13? All right. So are you like starting have you started the writing process?
All of the songs are written.
Okay. So the
s-
writing process is done then?
The writing process as far as...
The bones are done.
Yeah, the bones are
Now
done.
we're just kind of coming together as a band.
We're recording the demos, getting the foundations so we can listen to them, probably record 2 or 3 more demos before we go to the studio.
Okay.
We'd like to get recording in the next 2-3 months, though. Definitely, like, have it done by the end of the year.
Nice. And that's approaching soon, too.
Yes,
right?
it's scary, kind of.
Yeah, it's like this year's gone by so fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
I was like,
Especially
September already.
especially when you're playing shows constantly every
Yeah.
month, goes by quick.
That's why
you
people
know?
like just big bands will always tell you like, or even like I think I was hearing something Post Malone talk about this or something like that, and he was saying like when you're on tour, 8 months feels like 4. Like,
No, that's
it just,
so true.
It just goes by like that because you're constantly moving. You're just on the next show, on the next show.
So how many shows have you played so far this year?
We played just about one a month.
1 to 2 a month.
Yeah, 1 to
I think since I've joined, I've played about 2 or 3. Yeah,
And that's how it should be because like I've learned because I've been doing this for 2 years. I've learned that.
There's such thing as too much exposure.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay,
And I was gonna
And
hit on
that's
that.
part of supply and demand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you play too many shows, people are just going to be like, well, they're just another band that's
Yeah.
always playing
Yeah.
house shows.
And that's so true. It's like you don't want to oversaturate yourself, especially in the city you play in.
Yeah.
And so if you limit that and you branch out to other cities, then it's like 1 or 2 a month is great because everybody else has their lives too.
And
Isn't
people...
that weird though too? Because like just the fact of doing too many shows brings your value down as a band
No,
in
that's
the
true.
audience's eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you
why
know.
I don't do open mics that
Yeah,
much
oh,
anymore.
okay.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when it's weekly,
It just ends up
yeah.
being the same people, same act.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're playing the same songs to the
Everybody's
same
heard what
people.
you're
to the to the same people.
Yeah.
and
like,
then you
yeah.
and then you oversaturate yourself that when you actually have an upcoming show, nobody.
That's supposed to
Yeah.
mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go see that band. I see them every week at this open mic.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't want them to learn your songs just from hearing you play live so much. You
Yeah,
want
no.
them to hear live, then go back and listen to your music.
Yeah.
And like,
And I
okay, when are they coming back? Like that's
I think
ideal.
that like people want to support people that are doing something.
Yeah,
So like if
exactly,
you go
yeah.
and you go on tour and say like, if you go do like 2 short shows in Oregon, and you come back for your little like victory lap from whatever tour you've done, people who have seen that are gonna be like, oh, that looks fun.
yeah.
They apparently are doing something. I have to go see them now.
And it
Like,
goes back to that thing like what you touched on earlier was like people always want to know what you're doing next.
Yeah.
Like and that's what kind of gives them like
Pulls
pulls them in a way
Yeah.
because it's like oh they're still working. There's always going to be new content
Yeah.
from these guys.
And speaking of which, so you don't have any shows coming up in October yet?
Currently no. I don't think
No,
we have
not
anything
that-
lined up.
So with that, I do have some shows that I need some bills to fill in.
Yeah.
Some bands. Like I mentioned earlier, there's the October 30th
Yeah, we talked
show
about the 30th.
that is in Cupertino. It's a place called X Bar, and I'm having my band Worst Friends Forever. Second
out.
band I just picked up Saga since you guys played with them a couple
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this band, PS Lookdown, which is from Sacramento.
Okay.
So I need a 4th band to fill that, and a band from the Bay. And since you guys are from the Bay,
Yeah,
we would
definitely
represent.
go.
I
happily.
think that spot, that place, and the sound itself would fit perfectly for you guys.
Yeah.
Because you guys would label yourself as alt rock, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We jump around,
We jump
definitely,
around.
from
We'll go
like
softer, sometimes heavier.
yeah, like,
yeah.
soft acoustic songs to like just like in your face, like more
Okay.
punk type songs.
Yeah.
So would you guys be interested on filling that 4th?
Definitely.
Of course, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would be really cool just because, like I said, we've done most of our shows out here, and we have people who are interested out in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But the scene in the Bay Area is very interesting.
It's just hard to get like because out here it's just everybody wants and has a house show ready, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in
Yeah, that's
the
true.
Bay Area, at least where
Yeah, like 10 people who are willing to throw a house show at their house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And even if they do, it's going to get shut down. Or it's like
Yeah.
out here in Stockton, you can have a house show and you can play all night and, you know, you'll get through it. You're not
Yeah,
going to
that's
get
true.
shut down.
And at least you know, the X Bar in Cupertino, it's actual venue.
Yeah.
It's got a bowling alley and then a
Yeah.
bar and then, you know, the stage where the party room's at.
And I feel like that's another thing that we've also been like trying to do as a band is like we love house shows, but we're also getting to this point where we're like, okay, I think we need to branch into playing real venues.
Yeah,
you know,
clubs,
and like
bars,
raising
like,
our standard as far as like we can still play house shows, but like don't make that the backbone
Yeah.
of what
Yeah.
we're doing.
And that I think will, like, once we start getting into more clubs and bars and stuff like that, that will help us to be able to play more shows in the Bay instead of like we're like hoping a house show comes up in the Bay.
Yeah.
Like if we get that, because there's just so many more like bars and
Yeah.
Yeah.
house shows in the Bay.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
venues in
yeah,
the Bay.
exactly. Just
And
venues,
I'm
actual
so
venues.
I'm so looking forward for the X Bar in Cupertino. That's gonna be
yeah.
It's gonna be
a good show.
fun because
Yeah,
I've been
I'm
throwing
looking forward to it
shows
already.
in Stockton for like 2 years.
Mhm.
So this is gonna be the first show I've thrown outside, especially in the Bay, because that's where my family is.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
now I get to venture and see how the Bay Area scene is.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I mean, it's like it's been kind of hard in terms of like coming out here. We don't know anybody, you know,
No,
and
that's
like
true.
that's when you're like playing like your first shows, like your first or second show, and you don't see anybody in the audience that you know, and they're all new faces like looking at you. It's kind of intimidating,
Yeah.
you know. And like you
Just
finish
the
the
way
set.
they're looking at you.
Yeah, because they
who are
haven't
these
seen
guys?
you,
Yeah.
you know, and especially in like a scene that's like so supportive, everybody knows each other. Like obviously, when a new band is in the mix, like,
like a
they're gonna
curious
notice
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's what's
Like,
nice
oh,
about the
okay.
Stockton scene is like everybody is so supportive.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
so
they were very
It makes
welcoming.
the transition easy. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
from being nervous new
Yeah.
show to just easily going into comfortable playing.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
besides the October 30th show, like I did mention, I'm throwing another show October 5th.
Fifth, yeah.
And I'm going to be picking up the series called the Tower Up series that the Voices Joaquin through, was it in 2017?
Mhm.
And it was the fundraise for getting up the towers built that they're still trying to do and finish. And it goes towards the equipment, the lights, keeping it up. And I'm going to be throwing out Blackwater October 5th. So I need like one more band. So far I got Saga, since you guys played with 6 Years Today, which is like a ventured band.
Mhm.
I got Sala Rosa, and so I think the fourth one was I mentioned it. There's one more besides you guys, AntiSurf. But would you guys be interested on like joining that show?
It's October 5th.
Yeah, what's the day? 5th?
What's
So
the date
it
of
was
that?
it's gonna be Saturday, October 5th.
Saturday.
At Blackwater. Sala Rosa, 6 Years Today, Saga, and Insect Politics. So Saga and Insect Politics, I both have it on the show.
Okay.
They're like an upcoming band too. So the goal is with to pick up the Tower Up series is to have the bands I've had on my show network and to start throwing more shows with it and to network more with the Voices Joaquin.
Yeah, I
So
think
if you guys would be interested,
Yeah, I think we'd
Yeah,
be
that's
down.
definitely-
Just don't tell the people who think we're on hiatus.
Oh, nah, no hiatus. Take that back. You got two shows coming up in October.
Yeah, no, we won't do it.
Yo. We're gonna wrap.
So I wanted to do shout outs. So anybody wanted to shout out?
Shout out the fam. Shout
the
out
fam,
moms.
Shout out my brother. He makes his own music. All platforms, TCB. Check it out. He makes hip hop.
Nice.
Shout out my friend Trey JOTB
Yeah.
out there in Oregon making fire music ever since we were children.
Nice.
Shout out
shout
my
outs
dog
for you?
Baker,
Oh, nice.
the band mascot.
Shout out to Baker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
band mascot Baker.
Any shout outs for you?
I got a shout out for Hunter just because he brought me into this band.
Yeah, shout out to
that's-
Hunter.
Dude,
We
yeah,
wouldn't be
of
here.
course.
if it was for him, man.
Shout out to Theresa.
Any shout
Shout
outs?
out
we really wouldn't be here without.
Hell yeah.
You got it.
Yes.
Shit. Shout out to my homie Connor for putting me onto music, getting me drumming in the first
Nice.
place.
Shout out to my brother Ryan.
Nice.
Struggled for a very long time to get me to start playing guitar because I'm originally a guitar player,
Okay.
and finally 4 years later I decided to pick it up,
Nice.
and I wouldn't be here without that.
So I wanted to shout out to this guy named Vincent. Not that Vincent, different Vincent.
Yeah.
He goes by Sticker Plug X on Instagram, and he hooked me up with these business cards.
Hey.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
And so it's like, it's gonna be this one. So yeah, that's my brand,
There you
JSP
go.
Media Productions. I wanted to do something different other than my band Worst Friend Forever, and so he hooked me up with the Artist Hour business cards.
That's
And
sweet.
so it's got the logo of the radio show, then it's got the logo of the station, and then it's got my contact info. So I wanted to plug him in. If you guys need any like logos, he does screen printing, he does business cards, shirts, any merchandising. That's the man. Sticker Plug X.
Okay.
Wanted
Good to
to
know.
shout him out.
Definitely, yeah.
And
we need
so
something like that.
wanted to plug shows in too. So like I mentioned earlier, Worst Friends Forever, my band, and we're playing this Sunday at the DNA Lounge in San Francisco.
Oh.
We're selling tickets. Just hit me up if anybody interested.
Yeah.
And like since you guys are from the Bay, San Francisco is not that far.
No,
Yeah,
not really.
it's the
And,
same distance we drove here.
Yeah,
so
basically.
actually, I think it's closer.
Yeah.
And then October 30th is the X Bar. Now I got AntiSurf on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Area
November
locals.
9th
Yep.
to the 10th, we're playing this festival called Rock Member Fest in Lodi.
Oh, okay.
And it's Veterans Day weekend, so
Nice.
there's going to be 40 acts on it. And it's a Saturday and Sunday at this place called Idle Beer Works in Lodi. And it's all fundraising for the veterans. And so that's going to be fun.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So with you guys now, you got October 5th playing up the first Tower Up series since 2017 at Blackwater, and then what is it? X Bar in Cupertino,
Yeah.
October 30th.
Yeah.
To end the show, I wanted you guys to play one more song, if that's possible.
Take it away, maestro.
What's this one?
Right, this
called?
one is called Strictly Business. There's no cable with this, so we'll be playing the key lower. Just
a little bit different.
Just a little different. It ain't much though.
Nothing wrong with that.
Another day gone and burned away, like the cigarette on my window pane. It's another face that I won't see again. No, I won't pretend that we were ever friends. It's a silly game that we love to play. And I never had the heart to go and win that race, 'cause I just can't turn around. It's strictly business, and profits are going down. So tell me, is you with it? Are you with it? Are you with it? Are you with it? Are you with it? Another bed that I'll be sleeping in. No, this still ain't home. I haven't found that yet. I'm feeling tense. Explaining, I'll forget. Blame the thoughts in my head. They keep me ahead of the bend. It's the only preoccupation that keeps me from jump starting the end. From there I can't turn around. It's strictly business, and profits are going down. So tell me, is you with it? Are you with it? Are you with it? Are you with it? Are you with it?
So what song was that one?
That's Strictly Business.
Strictly Business. What was that about?
I think that was me really just... Most of the songs are like streams of consciousness. And I feel like I kind of write songs to people whenever I write songs. So, yeah. You know, it's conversational pieces. Yeah. You know? So, I probably couldn't even pinpoint the moment that I was writing about it. But I feel, looking back and like hearing or like knowing what I was writing about, or not knowing what I was writing about,
I mean, that song has like 4 different versions.
Yeah, there's like 4 different versions of that song. And it was really me just like trying to be serious, you know, like life is getting real, you know, it's strictly business. Like, and if you're not about bringing my profits up,
That's true.
tell me if you're with it. Is you with it?
So next week we're gonna have Dirty Pillows. I don't know if you guys heard of them.
Never.
But for the ones watching, September 12th we're gonna have Dirty Pillows. They're a 2-piece power duo band in Stockton.
Nice.
And I'm so excited for them.
Shout out to Dirty Pillows.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I was so
I
stoked.
like that name.
Yeah, Dirty
I
Pillows
was
is a great name.
I was so stoked to get them on. But yeah, September 12th, next Thursday, Dirty Pillows.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to the Artist Hour and the Voice of
Yeah,
Sound.
thanks for having us.
Thank you, man.
Again, for the ones listening or watching, if you guys want to volunteer for the Voice of Sound Joaquin, just hit me up, hit the comments,
Hit them up.
come down to
Do
the
it.
station.
Let them know what's up.
If you guys have a show proposal you guys want to do, if you guys want to like get a show up and running here, just come to the station. We need as much volunteers as we can, because that's what keeps the Voice of Sound Joaquin alive.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
the people, because we're all about the people and the voice of the people.
Yep.
And I thank you for coming on our show, AntiSurf.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you